And that is?
Last week there was a meeting of Housing Committee at which a 3-2 vote occurred to transfer funds from YMCA to the different entertainment. We today voting on an action plan that includes that motion because I had not seen any, and that was a public meeting, but it was noticed, a vote was taken, a vote was sustained by the chair of the committee, a vote was announced at that meeting.
Okay, all right, I got your question. But now you're getting into commentary. I got your question. Okay. I want a clarification. Now you get into commentary. And that's why I'm asking you to cease. Now, I can help you answer that question, but I'm going to give you an answer, but I'm going to ask the chair of the committee to...
Thank you, Mr. Yes, we were informed this evening that because the committee, Mr. Coney was late coming in, a few minutes late, we had already made this announcement, because the committee is a 6-member committee, not a 5-member committee, it takes 4 yes votes to pass an motion out of committee. Last week, the vote to, I was going to explain exactly, we had 2 motions last week. One was to take $5,000 from the YMCA Kid Improvement District part of the award and move that into 2B entertainment. That passed 3-2. There was another motion made by Mr. Freeman to take $4,463 from the Lark Street Neighborhood District bid money and move that over to Central Civico. That failed 2-3. But because we are a 6-member committee, it takes 4 yes votes to approve a motion. So therefore, on a technical reason, the votes we took last week, which I explained at the beginning of tonight's meeting, were invalid because we did not have 4 yes votes. And I explained at the beginning of the Housing Committee, Community Development Committee meeting tonight. And that question was raised last week by Mr. Yeverly at a meeting. And I was wrong in allowing the vote, saying that something passed with 3 votes. And that's how it was explained to me tonight. So the motions you took last week, neither of them passed because neither of them got 4 votes. So neither of them passed, so we did not make any changes to the action plan at last Wednesday's committee meeting. There was nothing technically was changed last week.
Now,
okay. So I hope that answers.
It was also my understanding that the reason another meeting was scheduled for today at 5:30 was because additional information was being sought from the Commissioner Yeverly in his office from all of the organizations that you just mentioned. So having gathered all of that additional information between then and today, then you had another vote, you had another meeting, discussion was had, and you took another vote. So the votes that were taken today were indeed the final votes on this, on the budget. Also, just for some clarification, for those in the audience that don't understand, these applications that come in are rated by community raters. There's a body of 10 or 12 people that we don't know their identities. Some of them work for the department, but some of them are people out in the community that review the CDBG applications. So that provides some openness in terms of a broad perspective of people looking at the applications. And I just wanted to clarify that. And while, I certainly appreciate the scrutiny that many of you, particularly you, Mr. Coney, have taken in reviewing the applications, particularly of those issues that you have great concern about, and that's, which we all had the time to do that. And there are the support for the organizations that you're concerned about. But it is still up to the organization to follow the rules as they have been outlined. The two organizations in question, Central Civico that you were so ardent about, Central Civico and Catholic Charities, they have indeed agreed to work together to try to ensure that the needs of our growing Hispanic Latino population, those needs are being addressed. So, as I heard in the other meeting, we trust this organization, the Community Development Agency, that they are going to foster that kind of discussion, facilitate that kind of discussion. So we're going to look forward to that. But I just want to, was trying to clarify some things that I heard and to let you know that I still maintain that the process was followed as it has always been outlined, and that all the steps were taken to get us to the point now where we may be able, where we will be able at this point to call the roll and take a vote because the sponsor of the legislation has spoken.
I was answering the point of information.
If he wants to speak again, he was answering clarification. Mr. Friedman, you can't speak again because you just can't. Because the sponsor has the last, is the last one to speak. That's the rules. We're going to have to get you the rule book. I'm not shaking your head. You're not being mistreated. You're not.
I didn't say anything.
But yes, you are.
I didn't say anything. What I'm
What's
saying
that?
is that
Mr. Castellaro, do you have a final word on
there's
this?
no point of input, Madam Chairman, or nothing like that. I can't.
No.
It's business as usual. Business as usual.
Is this another point of clarification?
I know what you've been talking about, but this is business as usual now.
Listen, you are out of order talking to me.
No, this council is out of order. This is business as usual. And
You are out of order, Lester. You are out of order.
Thank you, Madam President. As I stated before, for the point of information, I just want to clarify some things Mr. Freeman said. Only one motion that we thought passed last week passed, and that was for the money for Too Deep Entertainment. The motion for Central Civico did not pass. It was a 2-3 vote, but then as we found out tonight, because it's a 6-member committee, we need 4 votes. So that was my mistake there. And so I was wrong by saying that something passed when technically it didn't pass. So we voted tonight. I spent much time talking community development. Just to give you the exact specifics of what we're doing with the community development budget was aligned and a total for administrative expenses that totals $569,810 for personal service. We are going to decrease that by $5,000 to make it $564,810, and we are going to add that $5,000 as an award to Too Deep's entertainment line for the Urban Arts Team Mentoring and Leadership Project. They requested, the whole program is supposed to be $67,000. That we are going to award them $5,000. And that's the only motion that was made, the only motion that passed in the committee, legally passed. It passed the 5-1 vote, I believe. Looking at my notes here. And so that's what passed. Again, there was a process. I quickly wanted to say I agree with some of the comments that Councilmember Fahey made about being more transparent, having more information out there. Earlier this year, there was a problem in getting information on the website that wasn't updated, but I think all those things will be worked out through community development with the dates and times and deadlines that we have to meet, getting this resolution passed on March 24th. So this resolution does have to pass tonight in order for us to apply for the federal monies. So I hope that clarified the motions there. We had a long discussion. It was a legal meeting. The meeting was not an appeals meeting, as some members and other people in the public think. I cannot tell the public that come to speak what they can speak on. As long as it is to the agenda, I do not tell someone to talk on this or talk on that. That's not democracy. We had a public comment period. If someone wants to come and talk about their appeal, they have every right to talk about their appeal. And it was not an appeal meeting with a public comment period, and that's what people spoke about. They could have came here tonight to speak about that tonight at the public comment period if they wanted to. They would not make a public comment period an appeals meeting. I do not believe. and neither did the housing committee. We have done it for spaces. I've been on the council, and other groups last year, Grand Street Community Arts came to our housing committee meeting after the appeals process, and again presented to the committee the proposal. And that's how it was done, because there was a couple of groups that came last week, others did not. Other groups contacted me by email, so they knew about the meeting, and they were coming. They had already gone through the appeals process. And they would have to come last Wednesday night to speak publicly, because this is the way it's done, and they've been through it before, and that's how it works. So that's where we stand, and if we get support for this, because it's $4 million from the federal government, hopefully, if the budget doesn't get cut anymore, and the city desperately needs the money. Thank you.
Mr. Bailey? Yes. Mr. Casolaro? Yes. Mr. Canisso?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Yes.
Ms. Fahey?
Yes.
Mr. Freeman?
Yes, reluctantly, but yes, yes.
Ms. Dolby?
Present.
Mr. Herring? Yes. Mr. Igo? Oh, sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Jenkins-Cox? Mr. Cohen?
No.
Mr. Rosenzweig?
Yes.
Mr. Shano?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
12 affirmative, 1 negative, no abstentions, 1 present.
Resolution passes. Thank you very much. Mr. Herring, I believe. Item 15.
No, Madam President.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's right.
A motion to add resolution 163211 and 173211 to tonight's agenda by the reference.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ms. Smith? Councilmember?
Thank you, Madam President. I noticed resolution 16